Josh Okogie. I mean, to be able to get to the free throw line, he had 15 free throws. The transition defensive plays he made, the Superman tip in that he had, I mean, the three, like he was everywhere tonight. He came in with an attack mentality, getting to the free throw line. Defensively, he was a stud. And to do all that with a broken nose and your face feeling like, you got a lot going on. He was stellar tonight. I mean, you look at the stat sheet and you can see a lot of guys contributed tonight, and his ability to, knock down that three and then get to the paint and find Jock for a bunny. The young man puts in the work every day with Coach Scalzi, and he has a pound the rock mentality. He's grateful to be in the league, let alone being in the game like that. And for guys like that to contribute to a win, I thought it was pretty cool. And then Mikal, he continues to grow as a player. I thought the pass he made to Jock to find Ish is an environment that he hasn't been in a ton, because it's always Chris and Book. And so for him to make a play like that speaks to the growth. And, no DA tonight. Biz and Jock just hold it down for us. So I could go on and on about the contributions. I was just proud of them, the way we played, and to hold that team to 24 points in the fourth quarter was huge for us, because, we weren't scoring it great either. So to win that quarter by 1 point was a big deal.
At the end of the third, you guys ended with a 7-0 run, had, I think, 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
How big was that ending?
Gave us some momentum, going into the fourth. I mean, we've had those moments in games where we haven't been able to create that kind of energy, and tonight, especially in front of our home crowd, to be able to play like that going into the fourth, I thought it gave us a bit of juice. And it just, obviously you need talent in this league, but playing hard with talent, it's a great combination.
That thing I had was just mentioned how the Wainright. You always talk about the program now, player development. How much of what we saw with him tonight is a product for player development?
Yeah, I mean, it is player development, but it's the player committing to the development. You can come into the gym and just jack up shots and do your job and collect the check. You can be intentional about it. And our guys have been that way since we've been here. And so it speaks to the kinds of players that we have. And, you work like that, and you sit on the bench and you never get your name called. It's hard, so you got to keep working so that you can be ready when you're called. And to see guys like Ish and J.O. and all of our guys, Jock, he's in and out of the rotation, and he comes in tonight and helps the team, speaks to their intentional attitude about player development.
Monty, to your point on how many contributions you guys got in a game this close, you just think when one of those performances isn't there, that's probably the difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've been talking about that margin for error when you don't have full complement of players. Everybody has to be able to step up, and when you're on the floor, you got to be productive. And I thought it reflected itself in the transition defense. Even when there was a mistake, we got back and we just kept making plays and didn't give them easy layups, even the ones that they scored. I thought our guys had a great attitude to get back. But like you said, if you said we're not going to have, all the guys that are out, Book, TA, Chris, Cam Johnson, I mean, Landry Shamet, Kevin Johnson, Charles Barkley, there's a bunch of people we didn't have tonight, and for us to score 112 points without that group says a lot about everybody playing together.
You showed a lot of confidence and saving leads.
Well, I mean, confidence and also, the skill set. He defends, and then he's able to get to the paint, and he's pretty poised down there. He's not getting there to just shoot floaters or attack for himself. He gets to the paint and he's under control. And You know, he can get to the free throw line by drawing contact, and then defensively, he's just a tough kid, you know, so it helps to have his background.
Monty, with what you mentioned about the offense, just it's pretty remarkable considering on the one hand, the offense still has its gears spinning 2 straight games. What's the one thing you wanted to see Mikal, Saban, and Damian focus on in that role of bringing the offense starting things?
I think for the most part, like, don't complicate it. You know, get off the ball and then play in 0.5. You know, they don't need to play like Chris to be effective. I think sometimes, and I probably complicated it some for Wash because I'm out there trying to get him to run sets and look for reads when that might not be something that he can do right now, because there are nuances of our offense that can be a bit complicated at times. But I think they've done a really good job of living in simple and using ball movement and body movement over making reads and seeing who's setting this screen and who's on this guy and looking for the, you know, whatever they think is the weakest part of the defense. They've just played in simple really well.
Usually you have other Washington, saving some bench, saving the Washington bench. So, but you add them together first. Since after that, how do you like them out?
It was okay. I mean, I thought because of Saban's ability to guard bigger guys, he could guard the bigger guard, and we could put Wash on the point guard, and vice versa if you needed to. But we needed Wash's ability to knock down the shot, and then he, you know, he has the ability to get to the paint as well and find guys. So when you have 2 ball handlers out there, especially when you don't have Chris and Book and Landry and Campaign, like, you need guys that can, you know, get the ball down the floor so Mikal doesn't have to do it as much, because that can wear him out if he's got to bring the ball down the floor a great percentage of the time.
So you were obviously Indiana's coming off of a back.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have a back-to-back with Memphis. Obviously the last game was how much energy going to be a factor, say, in a game like this, and you got to grab it up again?
It's huge. I mean, back-to-backs are, you know, they're back-to-backs, but it's basketball. You know what I'm saying? We're home. We're not flying. Guys will be at their houses in an hour, sleep in their own beds, and I'm sure they're jacked up to play. And, you know, they're still tough, but I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, nobody's digging ditches. Nobody's laying tile on the roof. We get to play basketball.
Coach, I think the broadcast said this was the first time Mikal's career has scored 20 plus in 4 straight games. He's been turning it around over these last couple of weeks, especially. What do you think kind of put as opposed to that one stretch where?
I don't know. I'd love to give you a great answer. I have no idea. I just know he works. He has a great deal of care when he feels like he doesn't play well or he doesn't shoot it well or whatever the case may be. I know the young man works his tail off, and the harder you work, the probability is probably a lot higher that you're going to come out of those slumps, you know. But he's an intentional worker. He's always been that way. And, you know, I told him, I said, you have to stay this aggressive when we get whole. I don't want him deferring to anybody, because it's going to make everybody better. And the environments that he's been able to play in and pick and roll and end of game situations, taking those big shots, has to grow his confidence. So I'm happy for him.
Thanks, Coach.
So,
Hi.
I do a good day. Win, and you contribute to a win.
2-0 today. No, I felt good. You know, Chiefs, we about to be Super Bowl champs, so I'm not worried about that one. But nah, home court, winning on our home court, man, that means a lot. We needed that one. And we have a tough one tomorrow, so time to go rest up, watch film, and back to it tomorrow.
Would you have, say, last year kept shooting and you missed some early shots like you did?
Say that again?
Would you have kept shooting the ball?
Last year?
Yeah.
Nah, I probably would have passed up the last corner 3. Yeah, but confident, like I said, confidence. I think I said the other day, confidence is up. So, and coach is telling us to keep shooting, let it fly mentality. So, and also, you know, I got Book and Kel in my ear telling me, hey, shoot the ball. So, and it felt good.
And then obviously creating for what do you feel that's going to say opportunity?
Pocket pass. I couldn't get it up because I'm going left. I just feel like it was a pocket pass. I seen the little window and dropped off. So yeah, he finished it. Shouts out to Jock.
How nice is it considering like half the team's out with injuries?
It's not nice.
Well, you know what?
I know, I'm just-
Played pretty well without.
It feels good. I mean, it's showing those guys that, we holding it down. And we'll hold it down till y'all get back, So I know they're working their butts off to get back. Cam's working his butt. Cam's back. He'll be back tomorrow. And also Book's on his way back. Three's on his way back. And Payne's on his way back. So, I mean, we're holding it down. And just building the trust also. So we're trusting everything. They're trusting us. So when they get back, we'll trust them.
Monty was talking about with your growth as a player, just how it's player development, but it's the player's commitment to the development. So how validating is that when you get the nod in crunch time minutes from your coach kind of acknowledging all that?
It's good. That's trust. I'm trusting the process. He's trusting me because he's seen me. I'm working my butt off every day. You all see that. And it's paying off. And there's still have room to improve. Need to stop fouling. But no, I'm just staying ready. Staying ready. That's my mentality. Stay ready so I can get ready. And I'll continue to my mentality.
Had a couple of those kind of like reach around steals in the last couple of games. Is that sneaky hidden talent there?
Sneaky. But I still get caught with too many fouls though. But I've fouled too much. But I gotta pick and choose and when to do that. So I'm still learning the game. I'm still learning this league. I'm still learning the referees. I'm still learning my team. So it'll get better. I'll get better with that.
To Dwayne's point on the difference between this year and last year, like that pocket pass, it seems like the 0.5 mentality for you has been much better this year.
Teams,
Do you see that?
yes, teams are. I mean, it's crazy because you check on the court and the coach is like, "Hey, shooter." So now I'm automatically thinking, okay, if I don't have an open 3.5 mentality, get to the rim, dump off, anything is possible once you get to the lane. So, I mean, I'm also proving that I can do more than just shoot. So. And foul. So
Well,
yeah.
on the court and know the other team knows like what's coming for you.
It opens up the court. It opens up the court more because now you have Kel coming off the mid range, shooting his mid range. They can't help, so he has a whole side, and I let them know too. So I mean, you hear that? Hey, run whatever you need to run. You can bring it to my side because they're not going to help. You have the whole side. So that plays a huge part in our offense.
Like 5 years ago when you're playing career, your identity in the league is going to be shooter.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you guys mix things up here, the league adjusts to you, you guys make adjustments back. What kind of adjustments do you think you've made back for this?
Say that last part.
What kind of adjustments do you guys as a team have you made back as the league is adjusted to what you're doing?
Just being aggressive. We have to be more aggressive. We have to start off being aggressive because teams are punching us first. We have to throw the first punch. We also have to adapt to how the game is being played, as far as physicality. So yeah, that's my answer on that one.
But being that you were 1 through 6 before you get that shot from Josh at 110 left, do you feel basically worth the confidence that if I said for which you basically made an extra pass 6 of the game ago?
Nah, I'm not worried about every shot that I've shot. I feel like I made it. Even when after I think I missed and went to the timeout, and I mean everybody know I work on that shot every day. Corners shot every day, thousands of them. So it's like I know that I can make that shot. So the next one is going in. So that's my mentality. Let it fly. The next one's going in. If I miss this one, the next one's going in.
As far as your play with the Max, what did you even notice if they didn't even bother you at one point at all?
Not really. It was pretty manageable throughout the game. Yeah.
Because at one point I think you fell, you got fouled, and I saw you adjusted.
Yeah, it moved a little bit, but it's really easy to adjust. Yeah.
How nice is tonight for you to get back from the broken nose out to the broken foot and play the way you play?
I mean, this is just feels good. Definitely feels good. Nobody ever likes to be out. I was definitely itching to get back last game, but certain circumstances didn't allow that. So I was happy I was able to get out there tonight and be able to, help my team get the win.
Kel was saying that when you were frustrated from from having to sit after the way you played. and
Yeah.
playing against Memphis. He's like, he picked up right where he left off. Was that the mentality?
Yeah, I mean, with guys out, obviously, we're lacking in a lot of areas. And, me, I feel like that's an opportunity for, me to kind of fill in those voids where I feel like we're lacking. So every time I go in the game, I just go in the game with ultra aggression and just try to, do what I can to impact winning.
Got to the line 14 times tonight to do that with a broken nose. And what were you seeing as far as defense and just staying that aggressive the whole time?
I mean, I just play how I play, whether my nose I really wasn't even thinking about it. I trust the mask. So yeah, it's hardcore. I mean, yeah, the mask is really hard. So I'm cool.
Monty he described your tip-in that you had above the rim as the Superman tip-in. What did you see on that?
I think with the mask, it's probably like Black Panther. Yeah, Black Panther tip-in.
So when you wondered about earlier, you said that if you score 40, you keep the mask forever, when you play. So you got 24. Is it considerable?
They said I had to keep this mask on for 2-3 weeks, so I got 2-3 weeks to get 40.
Josh, with your style of play, how much of it is reactionary? Just less thinking, more go.
Yeah, it's obviously not only just reading the game, but reading my teammates, knowing what they're about to do, so I know a lot of times when Biz got the ball, he's gonna do his hook shot. And I know Miles Turner, he's one hell of a shot blocker. So he's gonna go for the shot block. So he can't shot block and get the rebound. So every time Biz would shoot the ball, I would try to run in there. Or every time anybody else shoot the ball, my man, looks off of me for 1 second, I just go. And I really don't ever know where the ball is gonna go, but I just try to follow it the best that I can.
This was a team before you got here where they were more like hitting 4 guys back or 50 centers. I know they can go for it, but as you know, this year you guys have that green light to go. If you see it, how much does that help your game when you can get it there?
100%. I mean, coach feels like offensive rebounding actually helps, defensive transition. So that's all I needed to hear.
You also have 4 blocks. So
I had more than Biz?
yeah, one more than this.
Yeah, that got to be wrong.
Numbers don't lie, but what enabled you in that way to get that?
I mean, just trying to try to make plays, help my teammates out, be the guy I am defensively, just doing what I do.
And on the chase down on Benedict, at what point were you like, I'm gonna get that?
Early in the play, I tried to back tap, but he was going too fast and I didn't want to foul him. So I kind of let him go and I knew he was going to do a Euro step. So when I seen him lean left, I knew he was going to come back right. So I already jumped to the right side and I just tried to time the shot. Yeah.
Josh, Monty said that you're grateful to be in the NBA. You show it every time you step on the floor. Is that pretty accurate?
100%. I feel like, I never take this for granted. You know what I'm saying? I think the average for every athlete is about 4 to 5 years. I'm kind of around that time, you know what I'm saying? But I every day, even since I came to the league, I'm just grateful to be here. It's always been a dream since I was a little kid. And now that I'm here, I never take it for granted.
This is, you had the 3 and the 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. So can you talk a bit about Biz's contribution on the glass that helped you guys consider?
Man, I love playing with Biz, man. It's like it's just the amount of like tenacity he plays with defensively. I mean, it got us going. I think he started the game off with a first couple possessions, starting the game off with a block. And I think that really got our defense going for the rest of the night. And, it's just hard to not follow suit when you see a big man who's like the last line of defense of everybody doing all he can. So it's like you have to help him out. So I think Biz definitely got us going early. And he was, did a great job also in the pocket today because, pick and roll, they were coming up and they forced us to make our bigs make plays. And our bigs tonight, even Jock, Dario, Biz, all of them did a great job of making plays out the pocket.
You guys obviously had a rough one against Memphis last time you played. I get an opportunity to play them again right away. How much your energy play a role because you got to get second back to back?
I mean, it's a league, so everybody has back-to-back. I mean, Indiana had today was their second game of a back-to-back, and they played us down the wire to wire. So we have no excuse. So we gotta go out there tomorrow and find a way to win. Obviously, we just took an L in their house a couple weeks ago. It was Monday, I remember, because that's what I'm saying. But but we have a chance to right that wrong tomorrow.
Josh,
Appreciate y'all.